Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there is so much to unpack with this banner. It's like, we know that the characters are broken. We know that there are a lot of broken characters in selections right now. First and foremost, we do have pole selection. We have a lot of value here when it comes to link slot potion units, as well as just strong units. We have the individual banner on Ulquiorra, and this goes until the 30th, so this will literally go up until tonight. This is also a really good banner. Well, excuse me. This also has Ulquiorra on it, which means it's a good banner. The side units, honestly, Momo's okay, Renji's okay, he's a Link, and then Nemu's okay. She used to be really good, but honestly, she's kind of fallen off in retrospect based on just like all the newer characters. Like, she does have a Hollow Killer if I remember correctly, but like if you pull Retsu just does her job better, just because Retsu has like Frenzy, Weaken, and Drain. I'm not tripping about the weakening, right? I don't even remember. All I know is that she heals so damn much. Yeah, Weaken and Drain. What a freaking beast. And then we also have the Spirits Are Forever With You banner. Honestly, I think that the Sajin is, I mean, obviously the Sajin's a Brave Battle character. I think he's going to be busted for Brave Battles. But if you don't really care for Brave Battles, honestly, I don't really see him being all that crazy. Fortunately, he did get 2 PvE killers with no affiliation and Human Killer. So even though he didn't get, like, Marauder or whatever, he still picked up Guard Break. He has Flurry +2. He still gets the half stamina only damage reduction, 50%. When he's outside of Brave Battles. That's really important to note. He also has Poise, which makes him good for autoing, and then his innate skills, he's immune to Drain and Paralysis, which is good against Yuha. And then on top of that, he has Flurry +3 for the first 10 seconds of the match with Pierce Barrier with Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility. So giving this character like Pierce Barrier literally would clap Yuha as well as Chad, which is really interesting. Next though, we do have a lot of good characters on this banner, and I just want to talk about only the good characters. We're gonna skip anything that in my opinion isn't really like Shuhei's fallen off. Grimmjow, still a good NAD character, but it's whatever, it is what it is. Hikone still really fast. Fortunately, he did pick up Sprinter +2. I don't think he got Long Stride. Yeah, so Sprinter +2, increased status summon chance if he has killer and attribute advantage, so you do have a little bit of restriction there, but when he does have killer and attribute advantage, he's still really strong. I personally like this character a lot. Really old, outdated damage, but still very strong if you get his SP to level 10. Next, Yoruichi, in my opinion, one of the laziest Beyond Bankai characters ever invented in the history of all of Bleach, Bravus Solus. That being said, she's still also one of the strongest characters to be released all year long, with increased status element chance against Mind Attribute with all Mind Attribute enemies +10%. She also is able to consistently pick up her status ailment Spiritual Pressure boost +80%. She obviously has Frenzy +1, not Frenzy +2. Damage inflicted at full stam 20% built into her kit, along with a Berserker of 40%, with Weakening as her status element, which is stupidly OP. Because that means that when you proc your status element, you're also dealing 50% extra damage to the enemies, but then on top of that, you also have ailment reversal, so she can heal a little bit. Just keep in mind that ailment reversal in content like IT is not going to be helping you very much because the enemies are going to be hitting you harder than you're healing. So just keep that in mind. If the enemies are weakened, then sure, go for it. You'll get your health back, but without it, oof. That also being said, she did get the team party recover 20% stamina, so she is a team healer at the end of the day, so you don't necessarily have to rely on ailment reversal, which was a big mistake that I was doing with Tech Uryu. She does have Marauder as well, and then Sprinter +1. Since she is a Yoruichi, she has 4 flash steps with a 750 AoE distant first strong attack, I believe. I might be tripping. 750 AoE distant first strong attack, a nice lunge, second strong attack at 870 radius, same as Tech Yamamoto, 1000 Yamamoto. And then we also have strong attack 3, which is a full screen third strong attack. She's still, in my opinion, one of the stronger heart characters in the game, definitely like top 5. There's so many good heart characters. I still think Ichigo's top spot, to be honest. So a character that has Frenzy +2, but also has +100% damage, means he has Frenzy +6 levels of damage with his strong attacks, and then he also has Flurry damage because he has +100% damage with his NAD too, since it's 100% damage, not 100% strong attack damage. Stupid, absolutely stupid. So yeah, I see a lot of people talking about how this banner is pretty good value. There's a lot of doo-doo in this banner, I'm not going to lie to y'all. But we do have Soifun and Yoruichi, very, very good units. Soifun being a specialist mainly for Guild Quest, but in my opinion, she does have some use outside of it. She provides really good value in epic raids despite not really having potion drop or droplet drop. The fact that this character has a boost along with a multi-barrier +2 does help the team quite a bit, which I do actually really like this character. Now, I do want to talk about Toshiro because Toshiro is quote-unquote the hardest hitting unit in the game. But in my opinion, well, maybe he is the hardest hitting unit in the game. Maybe I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm tripping. Screw it. Let's bring out the calculator because that's something that I haven't done in a while and I've been wanting to do it anyways. Obviously, if we're going to be calculating damage, I do want a lot of... what's the word I'm looking for? I do want the character to be fully built up. I don't want to leave any real damage out of here. So let's calculate the damage between Toshiro versus Ichigo. A lot of people are saying that Toshiro has the highest damage in the game. He very well might be. It's very, 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 very possible. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about Kaname first, and then let's talk about Toshiro, because Kaname is not really in contention for most damage. He deals good damage, right? So going into Kaname, we do have Drain, not Weaken and Drain, not Silence and Blind or Deafen or whatever. Remember how we had like a blind mechanic or whatever, a status ailment for blind? It looks like Kaname ended up not picking that up. I thought it was like a shoo-in that he would have gotten the new status ailment, but we'll see what that's about in the future, I suppose. This character did pick up Drain, but he also picked up a lot of other stuff. Heart attribute character, movement speed plus 30%. I see a lot of people laughing at him because he doesn't really have a lot of strong attack recharge. He doesn't even have 12% strong. He doesn't even have 14% strong attack recharge, and he doesn't have full stamina only strong attack recharge either. So him being able to move faster than the speed of light is kind of funny because what's he doing with that? He's not a NAD character, right? Next, we do have heart attribute character strong attack damage plus 20%, which goes to your entire party. That's going to be good for pretty much all runs that you're planning to do. Epic raids, IT, IZ, droplet zone, literally everywhere. This is going to be pretty good on whatever character this is able to proc on. Bruiser plus 20%, which is still really weird to me. Debilitator plus 2 seconds. Devastation 40%. The fact that this character got Frenzy plus 2 means that this character is most likely going to be healing quite a lot, especially if the enemies are relatively tanky. Since this character does not have Pierce Iron Skin, these hits will be going off quite occasionally, so that's also one thing to note. He has Guard Break plus hit hidden enemies, so we do have, even though he didn't pick up something like Sharpshooter or Marauder, I don't really think he needs it. I see a lot of people saying that, Marauder, Sharpshooter is necessary. I don't really think so. Like, Extreme Co-op, sure, that's fine. Like, I get why you would value that a lot more than, say, just Guard Break. But, like, Guard Break and hit hidden enemies, in my opinion, is a little more practical, because the only times that Sharpshooter / Marauder is really that effective is only in stages like Senkaimon, which comes out once a month, which changes once every 6 to 8 months anyways. And jeez, yo, we haven't gotten a new Senkaimon aside from like New Year's Tower in a long ass time. And of course Guild Quest and of course Extreme Co-op. But like places like Guild Quest, for example, like he should perform just fine since he has no affiliation killer. You're not going to take him anywhere else, right? So even though he won't deal double damage, it's not like he's going to be dealing no damage, and that's relatively important. And of course, the last skills, the ones that I didn't even talk about really, are the Mind Droplet, drop plus 30%, really good percentages there as well. Mind Link Stop Potion plus 5, and Super Mind Link Stop Potion plus 5. Excellent farmer, literally the best farmer in the game for Heart. For his innate skills, we do have Havoc 20%, important for SP based characters, Sprinter plus 1, and then Freeze immunity. Did Toshiro did he put Sprinter plus 2 here? Nice. Oh, he updated it to Sprinter plus 2. That's amazing. Oh, damn, that's gonna be clutch. But yeah, so that's pretty much gonna be it for Kanmei. So let's talk about Toshiro, and let's talk about the damage, right? Oh, he picks up Frenzy plus 2 in Arena. Oh, that is cracked. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about his damage, right? Full stamina only increase strong attack damage plus 40%. We've seen this on Kenpachi, we've seen this on Nell, we've seen this on I'm sure there's another character. I'm just spacing on it. Either way, this is a stupidly strong skill. Oh, this is on Aizen as well. Damage inflicted at full stam 20%. This is going to help with his soul bomb and his strong attack damage and his NAD. He has Sprinter +2, which is awesome. That means he has a lot of mobility, which is important in my opinion. Next, we do have a lot going on for him in terms of damage. In just his strong attack department, we have the full stam only SAD 40%. Damage inflicted at full stam 20%, which will go up to like 45% base if you get him to T20/T15, obviously. Then you also have Berserker +40%, Frenzy +1, Status Ailment Spiritual Pressure boost +80%. When it comes to your Soul Bomb damage, you're also picking up some stupid amounts of damage with Bombardment +1, full stamina damage boost, and then on top of that you do have the Status Ailment Spiritual Pressure boost, which is not strong attack damage only. That's your spiritual pressure, that's your strong attack damage, that's your special move damage, so that's going to be really good there. When he procs his gauge, he's healing by 30%, and on top of that he's going to gain a strong attack recharge of 30% to his cooldowns of his strong attacks. But not just that, for the duration of the gauge he's also picking up damage reduction 50% and Berserker +100%, which means that he's dealing double damage with his strong attacks. That's very important to note. So with that all being said, should you summon on this banner or should you summon on one of the other banners? Honestly, pole selection 6 steps sounds like a good idea, but I would recommend doing 6 steps here and then going to pole selection if you feel like you're done with this banner. This banner goes away January 12th. The pole selection leaves January 6th. You have time to summon the seasonal ×10 free Brave Soul multis or whatever that they're giving us before you decide whether or not you want to summon on pole selection, just because I mean it only goes up to like Christmas or Hime, it looks like, so I guess it's not really that big a deal. We do have a choose a 6-star coming up. You could potentially get Lunar New Year Rukia from that, so I would say just wait on pole selection. And if you plan to summon on this banner, just make sure to save some orbs or have some excess. Be very careful chasing. So with that all being said, now let's get to the Ichigo damage. I am actually really interested about this. I haven't done the calculations on this yet, but it's something that people brought up. And one thing that people forget is that Ichigo not only has Frenzy +2, but he also has Devastation +60%, and he also has damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment +100%, which is not affected that's the funny part, which is not affected by weakened defense, which means that if the enemy gets procced with weakened defense, he's still getting +100% damage to those enemies while picking up devastation 60%. Let's just get right into it. Let's talk about these characters. Now let's give the best links that we could possibly give to these characters that will also help out their soul bomb as well as their strong attack damage. I don't want to mince any words. Both of them have great kits in my opinion. They both have like the crazy 3k length beam. Ichigo has the 1080 second strong attack with a full screen third strong attack, and Toshiro has a full screen third strong attack, but his second strong attack is the same as Uryu's, which is still really freaking good. So yeah, there's that. So let's talk about that. So Chad as the full stamina damage boost 25%, SAR 12% Link, because that's just a really good soul trait, and one's heart, one's power. Let's just assume that they're using SAR 14 full stamina damage boost 16% links. Let's just assume that we're using really good links on these characters. So we're gonna get a total of full stamina damage boost of 32 plus 25. So 32 plus 25% full stamina damage boost. I don't know why that's such a 57 is such a weird number. 16, 32 plus 25. Yeah, okay. I don't know why that looks just so wrong. So let's talk about Toshiro just off rip, and we can let me move this down a little bit so that way I can move everything together. Boom. All right, so Toshiro is going to have full stamina only, SAD 40%, which is going to be online most of the time, let's be real here. Next, we're going to have a full stamina damage boost of 45%. This is important to note because we're probably going to give him full stamina damage boost 25% when we T15 or T20 him. These characters are worth getting to T20. Don't fucking fool yourself and even remotely think that you're gonna be running around with these characters butt-ass naked like they deserve to be in the streets, okay? So full stamina damage boost 45%, Berserker of 40%. We're not gonna be using any Berserker links because we don't really... I just don't want to calculate that, and plus Berserker scales less than full stamina damage boost, and full stamina damage boost also helps out the Soul Bomb, which Toshiro wants his Soul Bomb to shine, so we will give him that. Next, we do have Bombardment, +1, so then we have access to that, and then on top of that we have, what else do we have here? Spiritual Pressure boost, plus 80%, SP boost, 80%, which is like a 60% damage increase, roughly. So 60% damage increase, okay? So let's see here. I want to put full stamina damage boost. I want to put that here. I want to separate the soul bombs because like these two are also going to affect his strong attacks, but I want to make sure that I have all that going. So full stamina damage boost 57% is going to get added to this character later on. This is going to go to both characters, so just keep that in mind, okay? Let's bring this down, that way I can have this here. Now, let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't care about status immunity. That's cool. That's amazing. Marauder, cool. That's amazing. I care more about just raw damage right now. And then let's do Gauge, Berserker, plus 100. I cannot remove that from the character. I need to make sure that I'm not missing anything, because if I miss something, it's a big deal. So he does have Freeze, Debilitator, plus 5 seconds. Nothing about weakening, no weakened defense. The Marauder is cool. I love that on these characters, to be honest. The Sprinter plus 2 on both these characters is amazing. Havoc 20%. Oh my god, these characters are such freaking beasts, dude. I love it. I genuinely love it. Okay, so going into the Ichigo, he's not going to have the full stamina damage boost plus 40% that what's his face got. We have 100% chance to read dodge, team party, recover 20% stamina. I forget that he has this. That's funny. Long stride along with the sprinter plus 2, so he does fly across the battlefield. Irrelevant to damage though. Let's play it. Let's not be biased just because Ichigo got the daddy, you know what I'm saying? Let's go here. Okay, so no Berserker on this character, but what he does have is... Oh, I like how I completely left out the fact that this character has Frenzy plus 1. There we go. Yeah, I think I should probably calculate that Toshiro has Frenzy plus 1, right? So Ichigo has Frenzy plus 2. Damage to enemy that's not afflicted by an ailment, no ailment, plus 100%. That's going to be the big daddy damage. That's like literally going to be the main reason that he's going to be dealing so much damage to begin with. On top of that, we're going to have a full stamina damage boost of... He doesn't have it built in his kit, right? No full stamina damage boost. Okay, so full stamina damage boost of only 25% base, because that's what we're going to give him. Spirit plus 2, Devastation 60%. So we're going to give Devastation of 60%. Bombardment. Toshiro, you didn't get Devastation, right? If you got Devastation, that'd be so stupidly OP. No. Okay. Not that he needs it. That Spiritual Pressure boost is going to go freaking hard. Yeah. Okay. So let's calculate in the full stamina damage boost of 57%. Let's just add that straight off right here. So 57 plus 45, that's going to be 102. Ichigo plus 57 is going to go up to 70, 82. 82% full stamina damage boost. Okay, so we have everything that we need right here. So Toshiro, let's assume that the baseline damage for both these characters is just base 100, right? Let's just assume that the damage that we deal to them is 100. This isn't going to be based on IT, otherwise the Ichigo would like pretty much take the cake only because he has Pierce Iron Skin, which I don't think is fair. So let's just talk about raw damage. Toshiro is coming in with times 1.4 for the Berserker 40%, times 1.4, no, actually, let's, do you want to calculate the Frenzy? I guess it doesn't really matter. So plus Frenzy plus 1, which is multiply a damage of 2, so his strong attacks will hit twice as many times, right? Multiply in the full stamina only 1.4 times 2.02. This is going to be the full stamina damage boost of 102%. And let's assume that we do have our... Actually, you know what? Let's separate this. So Toshiro without spiritual pressure boost. This is important to note because he only has frenzy +1. So it is possible that he will not proc it right away. But we're going to do it with boost, with gauge, and with boost. I'm not going to do without boost, but with gauge, because I feel like, whatever. We don't need that many numbers. So this is going to be 791.84. Now we're going to do Toshiro with SP boost, and that is going to come out 2 times. Roughly 1.6 is usually a 60% multiplier. And this is going to be just strong attack, so this damage is actually really high at 1266.944. Let's do this. I kind of want the numbers to be like next to each other. So then we're going to do Toshiro with gauge SP and SP boost. And that's going to be it's literally just a multiplier of 2 because you're getting plus 100% strong attack damage. Separated from your normal berserker. This is not plus 100% berserker. This is pretty much times 2 damage, which is stupid. And then there you have it. You have 2533.88 damage. Now this is just going to be strong attacks for now. So we're going to do strong attack damage. Let's do special move damage, SMD. And then we're going to do Toshiro. And let's just assume that he has everything going for him because you're going to get the SP boost on your Soul Bomb off rip, right? So let's just calculate damage as if he had everything going for him. Let's see here. So this is going to be with SP boost and, of course, full stamina damage boost. So base Soul Bomb damage, let's just assume it's 100. It's obviously going to be a little higher, obviously, because it's a Soul Bomb. But I just want base numbers. So this is going to be 100 times... bombardment, but we want to calculate everything in first. So 2.02 full stamina damage boost times spiritual pressure boost 60% times, I guess it's just times 8 because he doesn't get weakening, and I guess you could give him damage to free frozen enemies plus 20%. Might actually not be a bad option, but usually you're going to want to go weaken defense anyways. Let's just go with weaken defense. I feel like weaken defense would be a much stronger skill. So this is going to be the base damage of no weaken defense per hit. So I'm just going to write this down, 323.2. Now we're going to multiply this by 1.3 times 7 plus 323.2. So we're going to assume that we're going to give with weaken defense. Because let's just get the damage, right? And then we're going to go plus. And here we're going to get 3,264. Is that right? I just want to check the math once more. Base damage, full stamina damage boost, bombardment, 60%. That's for spiritual pressure boost, weaken defense. Yeah. And then on top of that, keep in mind that the enemy is now frozen for pretty much life. So let's go into SA for Ichigo. And that's going to be just raw. And, oh my god, and that's the crazy part. It's just like Ichigo's just consistent damage. Because as long as you keep your full stam and the enemies aren't getting hit with status ailments, he has frenzy +2, so he doesn't care about spiritual pressure boost plus 80%. Like, he's gonna have that at all times, which is the main reason that I like him, because it's like I'm not struggling like 7th anniversary. 7th anniversary, Ichigo can't proc to save his mom again. You know what I'm saying? Which is just it's kind of annoying. All right, so going into the Ichigo, let's talk about his strong attack damage. Let's go into Ichigo. Here we go. So Ichigo, he's gonna have base 100 damage multiplied by 1.82. That's gonna be the full stamina damage boost plus 82%. Multiply by 3 because of frenzy plus 3, and then it's gonna be multiplied by 2. So he's gonna have 1092 as base damage with full stamina damage boost. And that's going to be 1092 damage. So you see here that he does have quite a lot less damage than the Toshiro. But that's with SP boost. Without the SP boost, you lose out on so much damage on that. That's my only concern with SP boost characters, is characters like Yoruichi, in my opinion, do it so well because that character has increased status element chance. And I feel like these characters do want increased status element chance. And even though Toshiro has the gauge with the stuff, like him being able to use his soul bomb with bombardment is going to be cake for content like IT. Because usually if you're hosting the lobby, you want to use your soul bomb on like the second or third room, just because you can clear multiple waves incredibly quick. Okay, so Ichigo going into his soul bomb damage, that's going to be 100 base times 1.6 devastation times 2, and then it's going to be 320 base. He doesn't have, does he have bombardment? He doesn't have bombardment. No, he doesn't have a bombardment. He just has like plus 100% damage, which is still so stupid. Times 2. Okay, so it's 320. Multiply by 1.3 times 4. Oh, that's weird. It's weird to calculate soul bomb when you don't have bombardment and then you're trying to do it with someone who does have bombardment. No, it's not, because it's the same. Never mind. It's the same damage. Your base damage is still the same thing. Never mind. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. That's my bad. Let me start over. Let's see here. So base 100 damage times 1.6 times 1.82. Multiply this by 2 for the damage to no ailment, and that's going to be a base of 582.4. Multiply this by 1.3. Multiply this by 3 for the amount of hits without that 582.4. Boom, 2850. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, there's no way his soul bomb is stronger than Toshiro's. Ain't no way. So full standard damage boost, and then here you'll have access to 2853.76. So his damage is still relatively equal to Toshiro's. Wow, that's really good. That is still really, really good. Damn, Ichigo's freaking cracked. I do like that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so as you see here, Toshiro is the hardest hitting unit in the game, but he needs to proc his spiritual pressure boost. I don't think he's gonna have too much trouble procking it with his kit. I think he has a really, really, really strong kit. And he also has Soul Reaper and Squad Zero Killer, which means that for Squad Zero week, this is going to be an excellent character to pull for, specifically for guild quests, but literally almost all content in this game, this character is going to be cracked. Do I think he's better than Retsu? That's a question that I've been getting asked quite a lot. Honestly, I want to say no. Oh, no, that's a lie. I want to say yes, but I also want to make note that Retsu does completely different things, and it's not like she's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that that character has weakening, and then on top of that, she also has drain, and she also has frenzy +2. I really love that Caleb's bringing out some banger characters, man. And she also has Marauder. So, like, either way, you can't really go wrong with either of these characters. I will say this, though. If you have Retsu and you already do guild quests just fine, I don't feel like this character is necessary. I don't think any of these characters are necessary. Either way, I think that, like, if you want to pull for characters you want to pull for, by all means do it. I think that Caleb's done a really good job at just diversifying the characters and making it so that you don't really need to pull anything, but you want to. And hey, that in my opinion, that's a good banner.